How are you? This is Ben with the Vessel Futures Trading. We're back in the market. What a night we had. We see a major drop right on the supply. There's no surprises. We're going to cover the Nasdaq contract just because we actually want to see the whole move is being completed, and now we have to make a very hard decision about what to do and how to trade this position. Of course, there's two variations for this position. We also know that we're sitting in a major supply area. When we're near a major supply area, we're either going to short the market to do nothing, but we're going to try to see if we have some power and still some gap to trade as a long position. Of course, I want to say good morning to my Discord community. Welcome to all the new members. All those of you who DM'd me, I'm happy to see that slowly and surely the channel is and the server is getting more and more members. So this community is growing, and thank you for the support. Let's dive in and let's cover those positions. So we are in the supply area right now, which we actually expected and we wanted to sit for the already for more than 3.5 weeks. We're of course covering the market ever since the tariff speech over here. We shorted the market. Those of you who hold this position stack up about 100k, and those of you who basically took the long swing from here also trade with us with one contract or one single contract on the Nasdaq, stacked up on 100k. So congratulations to you. If you hold this position, as I said many times before, to stretch the position or to maximize the position is an art, and you need to understand fully the picture and what you do. And right now we need to act accordingly and smart in a way that we're not gonna risk too much of our portfolio. As I mentioned many times before, you don't want to risk more than 1 or 2% of your portfolio, therefore, so that you can continue and trade the markets wisely in a way that's going to continue, make you continuation, and you're not going to drop and crash back and burn the portfolio. So let's see what we're doing right now. So we are sitting in the supply area. As I started to say before, when we're sitting in the supply area, we're either going to short the market or not. Using the flux chart, supply and demand and the order blocks, we already understand that we are in the middle, right in the middle of the pool. Unfilled orders are basically stacked up over here. The institutional buyer have to pick them up, but we already see that basically the institutional buyer already created for us a supply area from here. Second time that it touches the supply right here, and now the third time is coming to the supply area with a high volume of buyers, and now automatically when we're getting over here, the sellers is getting into the pictures. Now we want to understand if the basically is gonna burst, the price is gonna burst upwards and break the structure, lands on the supply area and goes up, and we have to go and drill down to see what's going on. So as usually we start from the bird's eye view. We look in the weekly interval. We still understand we're in an uptrend, and when we're in the uptrend, we still understand that there's a high likability from getting from the major supply to a major demand back to the major supply. For the third time, there's a likability that the price is going to make some correction, which we basically saw in the night profile. And there was no surprise that there was correlation to the news. There's a lot of news about what's going on in the Middle East right now, and obviously those of you who trade news, we talked about the subject many times before, we're not trading the news. We basically get supportive decision making from the news, but we always see the news implemented in the graph right before and right before it reaches the media. I'm drilling down. I'm going down again now to the day interval to understand the trend a bit better, and we see this. We still have some gap over here. We're still in an uptrend. There was small correction within the night right here, and we still have this gap to trade as a long position before we can see the to a short position, and we see also 54% of the commands is stocked up over here. So when we reach to this point, we have to observe and see if we're going to short the market or not. Of course, we're going to look for the candles and the volume as well. Meanwhile, I want to touch on the 4 hours interval to understand where the price can fluctuate within the day. So we see how the price basically created from us another intermediary supply areas. And when the price is obviously, when it reaches those areas, we see the price goes down, reaching the supply again, and then dropping to the demand that was created over here. and the price keep rising up, at least we have a short, another minor demand over here. What we're looking to do is basically to observe the price over here to see how it basically acts, if it's gonna go downwards to the what's called the major area right here, and flip and reverse. We also mark this area trading over the last couple of weeks with the red line. We understand that if it breaches the red line, we can definitely still buy the market, but we want to see basically a correction either downwards over here to make a flip and reverse and continue to go at least until this point. And this is a lot of meat to trade. Let's go down again and drill down at the time zones and integrals. So right now we see how the price landed on this demand pool, which accumulated over here 71% of the commands, and there's no surprise, it's flipped and reversed. And we're gonna look for the opportunity within the day. We already see how the price already catching our position over here. We chose to risk about 15k to make almost a 30k at minimum, so we're not going to get too excited about this position. Everybody's act according to his risk management factor. Of course, you can pull out of the position at any time you want. You can see how the price fluctuates. It goes up, it goes down. And let's go down again to the 15 minutes interval to understand what's going on. So right now we're looking on the 15 minutes interval. We understand that the price is making small correction towards upwards. We see within we're soon gonna see the night and the day profile, but obviously over here we will see how the price is fluctuated, accumulated energy, and slowly started to pick up again, basically land on the demand pool over here for the second time, rising the price up and push it downwards to make a correction until this candle. We want to see basically a flip of hands with this candle going upwards to this demand at least, and see what's going on from this demand. Either it's going to flip and reverse downwards or continue to rise up. So we enter this trade. We basically position this limit command before within the night. We saw the basically right here the news that the news has been affected. We saw over here the price is already touching the supply. This is where the whole news hit the media about what's going on in the Middle East, and obviously we see it's been a form over here in this position right here, implemented in the short downward position within the market. So we still have to keep in mind we are in a short mindset, because we're still in a major supply area. We're also with the weekly trend, weekly interval. We saw we were still in supply area. So even so, we can long position it because we still have a gap. This is not going to be our favorite position. Of course, for those of you who trained us for a long time, know how to take those positions as well. So let's talk about the possible positions within the day. Let's see how we can get some income out of the money, out of the market. And I'm gonna activate right now the night and the day profile. What we see over here marked in yellow is the day profile, and what we see in the blue is the night profile. I know it's hitting the candles right now, but I want us to understand what's happening over here. So we see basically how the price dropping down, and the price hits what happened is it dropped on the demand area right here, and we started to see within the night how the price is accumulating energy towards a bigger move. We can understand that even with this big move, we see how the price slowly climbs up. We understand that the price still wants to go up, even we see the volume over here. That supposedly it's a very high volume of buyers. Of sellers. The results is not reflected in this candle. Means that if we want to match the outcome with the effort. If it's not matching, it means that possibly there's a high likelihood the price is going to continue to rise up until the point that we mentioned before. We see how the night profile basically closed in this area. The day profile already started to rise above this price, meaning that the price is still, the buyer is still strong in the picture, and they want to climb up to reach those major areas, and of course to decide what's happening over here. While we're talking, we see the price still fluctuating upwards, Just to keep you in mind, before it was about $3,000 down. Now the price is raising to almost $5,000. Of course, those of you who trade, and it's a good position for you guys. If you want to pull out, and anytime you can pull out the market, we can do it right here, right now. We can continue, but we're gonna last this position. We see how it goes. And this is our minimum risk. We wanted to try to achieve, even to get this position higher towards the higher demand, the higher supply, creating basically 3 times of a 4 times of a gain while we at it. Our risk factor is always 1 to 2 at minimum if we're day trading. If we're doing swing trading, it should be higher than this. So with a 5 minutes interval, we still can see how the price, we'll see how we had an institutional buyer over here launching the price up. We're gonna cancel this price, and we're gonna understand that over here, this position, we see how the price is launching up with the institutional buyer. Maybe possibly wants to also get back into this pool and flip back in reverse, or checking this pool and flip back in reverse, or checking this pool and flip back in reverse, etc., etc. So we chose to take this position in the morning. We placed a limit order over here, what was the low value area of the previous of this day profile, and now we see how the price fluctuated and thinks about what to do, if to enter this pool or not. Of course, if it runs us over, it's perfectly fine. We have certain about what we're doing. We don't have to get scared about where the price is gonna hit. As I mentioned many times before, the price can always flip and reverse. That's okay, as long as you understand the story. And the idea is for you to launch your command and getting out from the market and manage your risk accordingly. A good command being launched is not gonna glue you to the screen. You can launch it and you can continue with your day, either your day of work, or you want to go to the beach or do any other thing. This is how you trade. So of course, we already covered a couple of positions for the day within the Discord group. We're going to continue to cover this position. We see the outcome of this position and where we can extend it to. Of course, there will be more position within the Discord group. So if you're not part of this group and the server, join the server. It's a completely free education. We also have premium membership and VIP for those of you who want to extend the knowledge. And for those of you who took the courses with us, we have a very strong trading community. So of course, you're welcome to take the courses as well and enrich your knowledge. It's very much affordable. And of course, there's many discounts on the website if you visit it. So I want to wish you a successful trading day. Of course, I'm going to see you in the next market overview. And as usual, be in mind, be intact that you are a risk manager, and you have to trade. You have to evaluate your risks accordingly. Everybody should and would handle the risk as they've seen. But a good trade, as I said many times before, is the one is not going to keep you glued to the screen. At the end of the day, you have to look at it as your business and evaluate the risk properly. I want to wish you, again, successful trading day and a happy weekend, and I'll see you on the next market overview. Thank you for watching.